Hi girlies, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a very casual video talking about my wish list for 2024, and not just 2024, it's just generally my luxury wish list. I'm gonna go through, it has a lot of different categories, and Bori wanted to say hi again as the year is ending. And honestly, the top thing on my 2024 wish list might be another Shiba so he can have a best friend. Okay, Bori might just want to be sitting on my lap for this video, we'll see, so you guys might just see some ears peeking out for the entire video. But the first category that I wanted to talk about is jewelry that's on my wish list. I don't have too many things on my wish list. A lot of the pieces are pretty classic jewelry pieces, I would say, but since I only recently started luxury shopping, my collection isn't huge, so I still have a lot of classic pieces I need to build up on. So I think the number one thing that's on my wish list right now is a 5-motif bracelet from Van Cleef, and I really want it in the white gold with the chalcedony stones inside of it, which are kind of like this almost translucent blue stone that has a little bit of almost white mix into it, kind of like waves crashing almost. I think it's so beautiful. It goes so well with the white gold, and I was really kind of on the fence of whether I wanted just the classic white mother of pearl white gold or if I wanted the white gold with the chalcedony. Chalcedony is a little bit more expensive, but I ultimately decided I wanted the chalcedony because I feel like every other girl and their mother has like white gold, a white mother of pearl, and I did want something a little bit different, and I do think that the light blue is such a fresh, fun color, but the color also changes a little bit depending on the lighting, which I really enjoy, so it kind of gives a different vibe depending on the weather, the mood, and kind of like your outfit, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. I'm currently on the wait list at my local Van Cleef boutique. I don't know, stock is just not doing so hot right now. I think it's a little difficult to get certain pieces. I'm also waiting on the holiday pendant at the moment, so we'll just have to cross our fingers and see what comes first. There are just a couple other things on my Van Cleef wish list as well. I do really want the white gold guilloche pendant as well. I have the one in gold and I absolutely love it, and I think that having the white gold one is going to be really great for having a little bit more versatility in my wardrobe. As many of you know, I'm trying to expand my white gold collection, and I think if I had the white gold guilloche pendant, I would wear it a ton. And today I also compared it with the white gold Alhambra pave pendant as well, and I just felt like the diamonds were kind of meh, like because the diamonds are quite small and they're kind of fitted into the Alhambra setting, it's a little bit difficult to see the sparkle and shine of them, whereas the white gold guilloche is so radiant. Anytime you kind of turn your head, the light is just shimmering so much off of the pendant, and I think it's much more beautiful than the pave, and I think it's a much greater price point. Additionally, I do think it would be so lovely to get some dangling earrings from Van Cleef. Those are never in stock. I like never get the chance to try those on, but either the 3-motif or the 2 motifs, particularly I think that the 3-motif that does have the chalcedony in it is so beautiful, especially if I do end up getting the 5-motif bracelet. It would be such a lovely thing to add to my collection, and I think that I do want to have a couple more statement pieces in my overall jewelry collection. If you guys watched my recent jewelry collection video, you can see that a lot of my pieces are very muted, very small, very dainty, which I totally love wearing on a day-to-day basis. But at times I do feel like if I do have a special occasion coming up, I don't have that many things like statement pieces to wear. So I think in 2024, that's kind of what I want to expand on, getting some more statement jewelry pieces to add to my collection, which I think any 3-motif or 2-motif earring from Van Cleef would be excellent for. Next up in the jewelry department, I think has to be the Juste clou bracelet in rose gold with diamonds in the head and nail tip. I've tried it on so many times in store, and I do really love how it looks, especially because it's much more comfortable to wear than the love bangle that I have. I rarely wear my love bangle, and I do not wear it very much because it's kind of uncomfortable for me to wear. The bangle sizing is a little bit not perfect for my wrist because I have very small wrists, and additionally I always feel like I get kind of indentations from the hinge clasp on the love bracelet, which I don't love, whereas the Juste clou, it's like a perfect continuous circle and it's so flexible that it does feel a lot more comfortable on my wrist. The only reason why I feel like I haven't gotten it yet is because, again, I just don't know if I'm a bangle girly. I don't wear too many bracelets, and if I do wear a bracelet, I'd like it to be a chain bracelet just because I feel like it fits my wrist a lot better. It's much more easily adjustable. The bangle is just one size, and if your wrist doesn't fit into that size very well, that's just it for you. I do feel like because the Juste clou comes out in the 14 cm size, it fits more snug than my 15 love bracelet. So I'm just doing a little bit more thinking. I think I would prefer the Van Cleef bracelets more than the Juste clou bracelets, and they're kind of around similar price points. So if given the option, I would definitely choose the Van Cleef over the Juste clou. So I'm just going to kind of weigh which one comes first, if I can get one over the other first, and then we'll just have to see. The last bracelet that I want to mention is I do really want to get a diamond tennis bracelet in white gold. I think that diamond tennis bracelets are so cute. They definitely can be dressed up, or they can even be very casual. I've gone into several authorized dealers like Shree's as well as like CH Premier in my area, and they have a lot of diamond tennis bracelets that you are able to try. I do find that I love the Hearts on Fire diamonds. They are just so beautiful, and you can, in my opinion, tell the difference between the diamonds from like Hearts on Fire versus other diamonds, because I do feel like the Hearts on Fire diamonds just have a little bit more of like a rainbow sparkle to them. It's so beautiful. They're obviously quite expensive, so I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, buying a diamond tennis bracelet from an authorized dealer like the two boutiques that I mentioned also helps Matthew in terms of his watch journey, which he is on right now. He's like, you've had your Hermes journey, it's now my turn. I'm on my watch journey, so we're trying to build a profile at some of these stores just so he can be given the opportunity to be offered like Patek's or Vacheron Constantin, like any of those nicer, harder to get watch brands. I also think that wearing a diamond tennis bracelet on my wedding day would also be very lovely, or an engagement or anything like that. I think it's just a very classic neutral piece to have that any girl would want to have in their luxury jewelry collection, and so I'm definitely looking to add that. There are just two more things on my jewelry luxury collection wish list. Number one is I really do want the Chaumet Be My Love ring. I think it's so cute, particularly for me. I have quite slender fingers, so I always want to look for rings that are on the thinner side, which the Be My Love rings are quite thin. Additionally, I love kind of like geometric shapes or cut rings where it's not just like a regular boring old circle going around your finger. The Be My Love is a little bit more of a iconic yet very unique design where it's got the little beehives with the rings. You can get them with diamonds, without diamonds, white gold, rose gold, all the golds. So there's a lot of versatility in them. I think I would probably just go for either the white gold, no diamonds, or the rose gold, no diamonds. Again, like I said, I'm trying to expand on my white gold collection, so that would be a ring that I would really love to add in white gold. And then additionally, today I actually went to Bvlgari and tried on some of their pieces. I will have to say I'm not a fan of the Serpentine collection. I think that it's just a little too harsh and it's quite bulky, and it just doesn't give me like a super luxurious feel. I don't know, you guys let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about Bvlgari jewelry in general, but I do kind of like the Diva's Dream line. So I did try on one of their Diva Dreams pendant. I tried it on in the rose gold with pave diamonds as well as the rose gold with the mother of pearl. I think they are quite beautiful. It's not like the best silhouette, like I'm not jumping at the chance to buy any of these pieces, but I just find them very pretty. And I do find, I feel like Bvlgari jewelry, although very popular, is less seen than Van Cleef, and I already have multiple Van Cleef pendants in my collection, so if I wanted to switch it up, I would definitely look towards the Bvlgari Diva's Dream. I think it was so beautiful when I tried it. Definitely not as dainty as what I typically go for, but like I said, again, I'm looking for a couple more statement pieces next year. So next up are luxury bags on my wish list. There's actually not too many bags. I don't want to have too many things on my wish list at a time, because then I think I spend too much time thinking about too many things at once. And additionally, I do want to have a very curated bag collection. I'm not looking to add tons and tons of bags each year. I want to have something very small and each bag have a very specific purpose in my collection, so I rotate through them pretty regularly and each bag gets equal amounts of love. So let's start with the Hermes bags that are on my wish list. So number one, as many of you guys know, I am waiting on a Kelly 25 Cellier style Epsom leather in either an off-white color, so like Nata Ecre, or a light gray, so like Gray Pearl or Gray Pale. Since my last quota bag offer, which was my Birkin 30 in the very beginning of September, I probably spent close to $50,000, including some very high ticket items, and still no quota bag yet. I talked to my SA, he knows exactly what I'm looking for, we're both on the same page, but kind of towards the end of the year, he was telling me that obviously they want to give everybody a chance to get a quota bag in the year. So there's a lot of people this year who still haven't gotten their first quota bags. So those people are given priority over those who are waiting on a second quota bag, which I totally understand. But at the same time, I think my boutique is just so competitive that even spending 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 in terms of pre-spend ratio, you're still going to have to wait quite a bit of time for any of the smaller sizes like 25 or mini, according to him. So I don't think I'm gonna get it this year. I think it's quite low probability that I'll get my second quota bag this year, so I'm hoping closer to the beginning of next year. We're also talking about special orders as well. He definitely wants to give me the opportunity for a special order if he's given the chance, so that's going to come out kind of in February, if that's even going to be possible. So I'm just trying to sit tight and wait. I've pretty much gotten everything that I want this year. Like everything that has been on my wish list has been granted to me essentially, so I have nothing else that I really want to buy at Hermes until my quota bag comes, and then once it does, I'll think about other things to spend on probably. The dream scenario is that I get my Kelly 25 and then I'm also given the opportunity to do a special order, in which case I would do a mini Kelly, and then The next just regular quota bag that I would love is a Birkin 25 in Noir with rose gold hardware. And that bag I'm willing to wait forever for, because I think at that point I don't really want any other quota bags from Hermes. Like, I'm not super into the constants, and I don't need like multiple colors of the multiple same bags. I honestly hate the idea of having the same bag in multiple colors, just because I feel like that's just redundant, and I think I want to switch it up in terms of style if I'm choosing a different color. So I think having a Birkin 30, a Birkin 25, a Kelly 25, and a mini Kelly, that's all I need from Hermes. In terms of non-quota bags, I did try on a ton of different styles today actually, because I did pop into the boutique. They were having kind of like a holiday special event which we got a cute little gift bag and things like that. But I did try on the mini Lindy, which if I had to choose another non-quota bag that I want, it would probably be the mini Lindy. I do think it's super adorable, but it's not like I really want it. So I didn't put it on my list yet. I'm just kind of thinking about it. I also tried on the mini 2424, which I thought was also adorable. At first I thought that the 2024 was kind of too plain almost, just because it has like a really large buckle, and I didn't love it. But then trying it on, and then it's super comfortable. The leather is super soft, and it does fit enough. I think it's definitely a mini bag. It's very casual, which I enjoyed, but at the same time it's quite expensive for that simple of a bag, I think. So don't know if I want to add it to my list. I also tried on the mini Ruly, which is so cute, but that one is quite a small bag. It's structured because it's kind of more in a cellier style, and then internally it's quite like a thin bag, so you can still fit your phone in it, but then more than that you could definitely fit your keys, lipstick, and maybe like a little card holder, but not much else I think fits in the mini Ruly. I also today did try on a Kelly 28 versus a Kelly 25. Definitely want the Kelly 25. I think I love my Birkin 30 and it fits my frame really well because I am a little bit on the taller side, but at the same time it's a lot of bag. I don't carry enough things typically on a day-to-day basis if I'm just like grabbing it out for something quick where I need that much space. And if I do need that much space, I'm gonna carry my Birkin 30, so I don't need an additionally larger bag like a Kelly 28 in my opinion. I think my SA has been pushing me a little bit towards the Kelly 28 because it's obviously a little bit easier to get, and he definitely did, I think, have something with my color specifications in a 28. I was like, no, I think I want my Kelly 25. Obviously I've got enough purchase history behind me where I think I'm justified in wanting that, so we'll see where that goes. But to recap, number one on my list, Kelly 25 in an off-white or light gray, then would be kind of either the mini Kelly or a Birkin 25 in a noir with rose gold hardware, and then lastly possibly a mini Lindy. On the fence about it. It's quite an expensive bag as well, where I feel like you could just kind of spend on other things and then save up for a quota bag instead of getting one of those non-quota bags. I feel like what the collection I have now, which will soon be like a Birkin, Kelly, a Picotin, and a mini Evelyn, is a pretty good collection. I don't want to have like every single Hermes bag in the world, so once I get those 4 bags, I think I'll be quite content for the time being. Next up is something that I've talked about on my channel quite a few times as well, and it is the small Dior D-joy in the latte color with the champagne gold hardware. The only reason why I haven't gotten it yet, I feel like I'm definitely gonna get it, but the only reason I haven't gotten it yet is because I do just want to wait on my Kelly, just in case I feel like I don't want like 2 white bags, or I already have some white bags as well. In case the Kelly is like totally satiating my need for a white bag, I love a good white bag, but in case it does, then I would want to get the D-joy in a different color, possibly the biscuit color or possibly even black, just because I only have like one go-to black bag at the moment. So that's the only reason why I've hauled out, but I do feel like even if I got the white Kelly, I would still want the D-joy in the latte color because it's just so princessy, so feminine. Like, I absolutely love that bag, and the versatility of the bag is just so amazing. The fact that you can wear it 3 ways is something that will just definitely keep that bag in my collection for the longest time. Next up is something you've also seen on my channel, and I do think I want to add a Fendi petite peekaboo to my collection in the honey beige colorway. If you saw my previous video talking about some fall bags that are trending for the season, you would have seen me try on that bag in store, and I do think that that color of beige is just so pretty. I do have kind of like this very camel color, which is the gold from Hermes, and I do have a very light beige bag, which is my Miss Mini Dior in the beige caramel colorway, which is a very light beige. But I do feel like the honey beige color from Fendi is just a beautiful medium where it's kind of like a very rich tan golden color, and I think that that would be a perfect color to add to my collection. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Fendi peekaboo, but I'm saying more so in the color that I would love to add that color to my collection. So far I do really like the Fendi peekaboo just because I think it's really cute. I love how it sits crossbody. That was the main factor for me, and again, I do love the rich history that Fendi brings with the peekaboo, and several of my subscribers have said that they love their Fendi peekaboos, so that just makes me want to have it all the more. And then last on my wish list for bags is one of the really cute fuzzy shearling bags from Miu Miu. It doesn't have to be a particular style per se. I don't have like one that I really prefer over the others, but I think that having a really fuzzy shearling bag for the winter season would just be so cute. Unfortunately, the fuzzy bags from Miu Miu are actually not sold in America. I'm not totally sure why. I'm not sure if it's because I think that the consumer population in America is not like receptive to those bags. I feel like I've only seen them sold in Japan actually, so I've kind of been scouring eBay because there's quite a few Japanese reputable resellers on eBay who will sell, you know, luxury bags or luxury clothing there, and I have seen some styles of the fuzzy bag pop up, so I'm heavily considering those. But I think it's just such a cute bag to have. I think it's just like a one and done kind of thing. I just need one fuzzy bag and that's it for my entire life. But my aesthetic these days is just really cozy, warm, fluffy. Like I just got my fluffy Oran sandals, so I don't know, I'm just like in a very fuzzy mood. Bori's always so fluffy. I love just like feeling him up and things like that, so I would love a fuzzy bag, and I think that Miu Miu makes the cutest ones, so I would really love to add one to my collection. Next up are just two small leather goods that I would love to add to my collection. The first one is the very classic Chanel flap card holder. I do have so many card holders in my collection, and I kind of said I was on Ban Island and I was not going to get any more card holders, but I do feel like that one is just so nice. I feel like the Chanel zippy wallet kind of, you know, it has the zipper and it can kind of flop around, whereas the aesthetic of the flap card holder is just super clean. You know, it's just a button closure and it's quite wide inside, so you can stuff things like keys and other things, cash, whatever inside of it. So I would really like to add that. I'm probably going to wait until the spring collection comes out because me and Chanel spring collection, pre-spring collection have just like a special bond with each other. They always know what colors I want. I always buy the most in the spring collection for sure. I think the colors are just always pastel, pink, beautiful, light blues, whatever. So I'm gonna wait till the spring collection to see what beautiful colors they come out with and then probably make that purchase then. And then the next thing that I want to add, possibly, I'm a little on the fence about this, but LV has a super cute Shiba Inu keychain holder. So I've tried multiple times to go into store and ask to see it just because I want to kind of get an understanding for the sizing a little bit better. But actually the tail of the Shiba Inu has a little bit of mink on it. It's super fluffy and super cute, but I recently learned that California is not allowed to sell mink products. So I actually can't buy it in California. So I am going to Maryland to see Matthew's family. So I'm hoping one of the Louis Vuittons over in that area might have it so I can see it, and then I would love to purchase it just because if you're a Shiba Inu owner, why would you not want to buy that keychain? And then next up on my category of wishlist items is ready to wear. So like I mentioned in my previous video, I am pretty content-ish on my jewelry collection and my bag collection at the moment, but I would really like to expand my nice ready-to-wear collection, and this category isn't like super specific. I'm not really going to pick and choose super specific pieces of clothing from certain brands that I want to. It's more generally like the idea of getting more luxury ready to wear. But I will say that I have recently started shopping at Loro Piana. The prices there are insane, but at the same time, their pieces are so lovely. So recently I went in to try a couple of their jackets as well as one of their capes. So I did try on this beautiful reversible kind of super fluffy shearling coat that's reversible, so you can wear it with the fluffy side on the outside, and then if you wanted to, you could flip it and wear it with the leather side on the outside. Absolutely beautiful. And then I did want to go in and try one of their jackets, the Jimi jacket, as well as their really iconic cape. I think it's called like the Salzburg cape. I will pop a picture of the cape as well as the name on the screen, but those stole my breath away. I also tried the Jimi coat as well as the cape in their vicuña material, and oh my gosh, was it literally the softest material that you'll like ever feel. It's much more softer than cashmere, and it's got a little bit more of like kind of like a fur to it than cashmere does. Vicuña though is an extremely expensive material. Apparently it's taken from like these wild alpacas or something. Like the throat portion of the alpaca is harvested from multiple alpacas, and so there's just such a limited amount of fabric that when it's stitched together, it just creates an extremely beautiful yet extremely expensive piece. So I believe like the Jimi jacket usually retails for around $7,000, but the vicuña Jimi jacket retails for $17,000. It is reversible though, and it's just so beautiful. If I had all the money in the world to spend, I would jump on that vicuña in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, that is not the case for me, so I think I would just settle for a regular baby cashmere Jimi jacket or one of the capes as well. But there's a couple other things on this wish list that are higher ranked than that, so I might take a little bit more time to think about it. That might be kind of like a next winter purchase. Additionally, I do feel like Louis Vuitton ready to wear has also been really cute. I recently went in to try a couple of their styles. I tried one of their reversible capes, which was super cute, maybe a little bit too cute for me, and I do think that sometimes like the monogram can be a little too loud. But I also tried their LV boxy coat, which was a really pretty dark straight cut coat, and then on the inside it has a little bit of the monogram that you can see if you kind of like fold your sleeves, or you can fold kind of like the opening of the jacket over. Not reversible, but I did feel like it was really beautiful, and I have been looking for a really good coat this season. I think most coats kind of have like that collar, kind of like lapel kind of style with the tie, and while I think that's pretty, I think it's also just like such an overdone style that I don't really want another jacket like that. I have been much more gravitating towards a very like boxy straight cut coat. I did also try some of the really iconic coats from Max Mara recently. I did really like them, but I definitely prefer Loro Piana's quality and kind of like styles over Max Mara's. So I think for me personally, I'd probably save up my money and then buy one really nice piece from Loro Piana, then like multiple pieces from Max Mara. But we'll just have to see how the cookie crumbles next year. In general though, I'm just really looking forward to spring releases and summer releases of ready-to-wear from the large luxury house designer brands such as Miu Miu, Celine, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Zimmermann, etc. I'm just really excited to see what they're going to come out for the 2024 season, what the trends are going to be, and then I'm just going to buy accordingly. I think whatever, you know, speaks to me. I would just love to get some of those really nice, high quality and cute pieces. Now, before I wrap up the video, I did want to mention just 2 things that are on my wish list but are a little bit unattainable for next year. I would say maybe in a couple years it's a little bit more likely that I will be able to obtain these pieces, but number 1, like I mentioned, is a Hermes special order. Now, there is a chance I might be given the opportunity next year in February to make a special order. In that case, I haven't done a lot of thinking, and I still have to kind of research about the seasonal colors that will be available for special orders, but I think I would maybe want to do one in ostrich leather, and I do think I would want these sangles a different color. I'm not sure which colors I want to do yet. Most likely it'll be just some neutral because I'm boring like that, but I will put like 2 different neutrals on it probably just because there is the opportunity to do that. Now, the last thing on my wish list, as well as the last thing on my kind of unobtainables list as of now, is a Vacheron Constantin overseas in all rose gold in the 35mm dial face. I recently had the opportunity to go in the boutique and try on some of their lovely, lovely, lovely ladies watches. I tried on some Patek watches kind of at Siege Premier down in San Jose, as well as went to the actual Vacheron boutique to try on some of their ladies watches. I was first trying on the Edgery, which I think is also really beautiful and a much more digestible price point. But then while I was there, they offered to show me several overseas, which I thought was such a special opportunity. They usually don't have them in stock, but they did recently get a shipment. So I did actually see a men's overseas. It was not the blue dial, so Matthew wasn't really interested, but then they brought out the 35mm all rose gold, and this was just incredibly beautiful. It comes with 2 straps, so it comes with the entirely rose gold band, but it also comes with a white rubber band, so it gives it a much more casual and kind of sporty feel. It does have a diamond bezel, but I would say I feel like the diamonds were not like super crazy in your face. Obviously this watch, if you get it, it's a much more kind of like special piece, dressier watch to wear on more special occasions. If you're baller like that, you can definitely wear it on a day-to-day as well, but I would probably save this watch for some more special occasions. But the rose gold at Vacheron is just such a beautiful one. It's not too pink, it's not too yellow, it's just a beautiful in-between. I'm not too into watches, but since Matthew is so into watches, I've kind of been learning more about the different brands and the different styles that are available to each brand, and I would say that as I was watching those kind of videos with him and learning a little bit more, the top watch on my list was definitely the Rose Gold Royal Oak AP. I think Melbourne has the exact watch that I would have loved to have, but I think I actually prefer this Vacheron Rose Gold Overseas much more. I think it's a little bit more feminine. The face is a little bit smaller than I think the one that I saw previously, and I think it's just a little bit more of a feminine watch. I think the AP can look a little too industrial at times. I think it would look amazing on Matthew, and it can look amazing on a lot of people, but particularly for my wrist, just because they're so small and like dainty looking, I think that the Vacheron suits it a lot better, especially with the 35mm face. And so that one retailed for close to $60,000, and I think if I got that watch, it would definitely push Matthew towards the blue dial overseas that he would love, and then I think it would be so cute if we could have kind of like the matching overseas as well. But that's definitely a purchase that I need to save up for some time, so it's definitely not going to be a 2024 purchase, but hopefully in a couple years I might be able to unbox one on this channel with you guys and share the joy. But that is it, guys, for my 2024 luxury wish list collection. I would love to know down in the comments if you guys share any of the things that I mentioned on my wish list, or again in the comments, please list your top 3 things on your own personal wish list as well. I would love to read and know about them. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye!